Peace, family. I just decided to go live out of the blue. Just decided to pop up on the family and give them a surprise live. It's Thanksgiving, and I want to say happy Thanksgiving to all of the family out there. Now, I personally don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, but to each his own. Because once I started learning about the holidays, I fell back off of it. Even though I enjoy a good plate, I go to some of the family's house and some of my people's house to get me a plate. But to each his own. I don't knock nobody that does celebrate it because if you do celebrate it, I support the things that the holidays are supposed to stand for, like family unity and supporting one another and the togetherness that the holidays are supposed to represent. I'm in favor of that. But I just wanted to, I felt like I owed the family alive, so I just decided to tap in. I don't know how many people I'll get in here, and I ain't gonna be on here too long. I just haven't been live for a while, and I'm trying to get more acclimated to getting on live and doing live streams instead of just putting out pre-recorded videos all the time. Start to at least try to give the family at least like one live stream a week or something like that. I heard some interesting dialogue. We're gonna get right into it. Going on brother Tariq Nasheed's channel. The other day, where in which the family was having a conversation about like should um people from the African diaspora be able to claim blackness. Now, some of the family, said no, and then Tariq Nasheed was saying, but legally they can claim blackness when they coming over here by law. They categorize them on paperwork by law. Now, I agree with both ends of the spectrum because I don't believe that people from the African diaspora should be able to claim blackness because a lot of the times, people want to be black when it's convenient. They'll say first thing they say is I'm from Senegal, Congo, this, that, or the other. They don't claim blackness. We as foundational Black Americans are the only people for the most part that never jump out of blackness. We never jump out of blackness because we don't got that ability to. We're black all the time. When we say we black, we really mean it. We black 24/7, 7/11. Even on the weekends, we take no days off. So yeah, I don't agree with them being able to claim blackness because a lot of them, only want to claim it when it's some kind of benefits and perks for them. For instance, when they had that Juneteenth scholarship thing that they were, doing a few years back, maybe like a year or two ago, and people from, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, everybody wanted to be black then, but when they catch a win, it's all about where they from. They don't say they black and, chalk it up to just being black. They say, I'm from here, I'm from there. But when it's something that they can get in where they fit in, then everybody wants to claim black. So yeah, I don't rock with that, just being black when it's convenient, because a lot of people use, that black card just to get in where they fit in and say I'm black, whenever they see something that they could benefit off of. They ain't black 24/7. And I had people personally in my personal life, I posted up a few videos before, just I used to, I still do it, but I've shied away from doing it that much. I got to get back to doing it. I used to do something called success stories, and one time I did a particular success story, and the guy I want to say was from somewhere over in Africa, but a lot of I think he was from, I don't know, the Sudan or something. But a lot of them people from over in that area, they said, well, he ain't black. Why are you saying he black? And that's just another case in point. They don't to view themselves as black, so they shouldn't be able to be black, when it's convenient. Because we as foundational Black Americans, we never do that. We black all the time, 24/7. And but I do see what Tariq Nasheed was meaning though, also, because on paperwork now, when they coming over here, they're gonna be classified as black, whether we like it or not. You know what I mean? So either way, they're gonna be classified as black. So I think personally, we should just get on code around the term foundational Black Americans, because that's something that not everybody can latch on to. Not everybody could just go out and say I'm a foundational Black American, because you got to be a non-immigrant, and your history got to trace back to the foundation of this country. You know what I mean? And everyone just can't say, well, I'm a foundational Black American. See, what people are doing now, the new thing is the new trick bag. Everybody can say they African American, so we got to get away from that term, because people coming over from the African diaspora, truth be told, they African American, so they have a claim to that. That's not ours, you know what I mean? And then everybody could be a Black American. I just seen a video where Luke was saying he was Black American, and technically Luke is a Black American, because His paperwork's in order. I don't know if Luke is an immigrant or an anchor baby, but his paperwork is in order. So I know he ain't foundational Black American, and that's the only thing, you know, that we should be concerned about, if you ask me, just codifying around the term foundational Black American and freedmen, descendants of freedmen, because all of that other stuff people can attach themselves onto and, you know, find some kind of loophole, some kind of way to get in. And Black, you know, even though I don't like it, a lot of people just claim Black when it's convenient, you know, but a lot of them people from the African diaspora, they got a stake in Black, truth be told, even if we like it or not, because they can come over here and they legally gonna get classified as Black. You know what I mean? Whether we like it or not. Now, we know culturally they ain't Black. They don't identify as Black, because us foundational Black Americans, we got a different culture than these people, you know, and they don't claim to be Black. These people don't so much as look at foundational Black Americans when they come over here. You know, they set up shop amongst their own little groups of people, and, you know, they stay, you know, far as they can away from foundational Black Americans. So we know they don't identify as Black, and we as foundational Black Americans are the only people, for the most part. I'm gonna say you do have some people that upheld that Pan-Africanism thing, but that's why that Pan-African thing would never work, because we, for the most part, were the only people holding up that Pan-African thing. Take for example, I'm gonna give y'all an example of what I mean. One time I was driving, you know, Uber while I was in between jobs, you know what I mean? And I was Ubering people around for a little while. And while I was doing this, I picked up an African brother, you know, and he asked me what, I think I had like a red, black, and green shirt on, the Pan-African colors. He asked me, what's that mean? You know, like he didn't even know, they don't even know what this stuff means. So, you know, they're not repping no global Blackness. We're the only people that have done that, and it historically has done us no good. So, you know, I think we wish everybody well, but we just solely focus on foundational Black American business and issues that's going to drive our people forward. And so we get that massive leg up we rightfully deserve. You know, we got to stay on code with that, and, you know, keep pushing forward to get our reparations and things, you know, because a lot of these other groups of people, they only want to be Black when it's convenient. You know, when they see something involved for them, they ain't Black 24/7, you know, and really they shouldn't have a claim to Blackness. But I see what Tariq Nasheed was meaning, that legally they really do have a stake in Blackness, because they're going to be classified as Black whether we like it or not. You know what I mean? We know that they ain't culturally Black, you know, and they don't identify as Black, but we know they're going to pull that doing it when it's convenient. So yeah. But another thing I wanted to touch on, family, we're going to move right along here. I'm going to pull up a video on this one. I seen an interesting video of Trump. You know, Trump, a stone cold racist. He was asking a Black girl, can he buy her hair? You know, can he buy her hair or something like that? I got the audio and the video of it. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to show the video first, you know, because Trump is a stone cold racist. You know what I mean? That's why I don't support either party, because some people getting confused that just because we didn't support Kamala Harris means we're for Trump. But me, you know, all I'm for is foundational Black American empowerment. And I supported neither of these two parties, because neither of the parties is offering anything of a Black agenda for foundational Black Americans. It's solely foundational Black Americans. So I sat it out, and I thought it was important that, you know, we set a message out there that we let the Democrats crash and burn, because, you know, the Democrats think they own Black people to a certain degree. They'll get out here and talk bad to Black people. You better do this or else, make all these kind of demands. And we couldn't have that. So we had to set an example and make an example out of Kamala Harris. But, you know, I'm for neither party. So I'm gonna walk through and talk about this Trump video, because it caught my attention of him offering to buy a young sister. She couldn't have been more than, like, I say, like between 7 to 9 years old. He has to buy her hair. Insane. Let me turn this down. It's a commercial, so I don't get no copyright or nothing like that. Here we go. Fair use, fair use.
Oh, I love that girl. I love that hair. I want her hair. Myron, can I buy your hair? I'll pay you millions for that. What are you going to tell the company? Wow. I vote for you. Hello, everybody. Well, Mr. President, we love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you so much. I like you. Hey, come on, sit up here. Let me get one. Oh, my goodness. Okay, good.
Hope y'all can see that because I'm putting it off the phone. Yeah, family. I don't think, Trump could stop being racist if he wanted to. This thing is embedded in his DNA. He gonna offer to buy that young sister's hair. Where the hell they do that at? And a lot of white supremacists have an infatuation with black people's hair in general. Cause I seen, videos floating around on the internet. And let's say, for example, a sister be, out at a restaurant or something or in a store like Walmart, and then a white lady behind her and just walks up and, starts digging in the sister's hair, without even asking, where the hell they do that at? They don't respect boundaries and things like that, but they got an infatuation with black people's hair. You know what I mean? And I've even heard personal stories about this, in my life, people being out and, white people not respecting boundaries, just digging in sister's hair. And then, the sister got to check them and go off on them and put them in their place. But, white people don't respect boundaries. And Trump is a stone cold racist. And it was very telling for him to just, offer to buy this young sister's hair. Like, where the hell they do that at? You know what I mean? You just can't stop being racist if you wanted to. It's embedded in his DNA. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just wanted to show the family that I didn't hear too many people talking about that, but I think that was disrespectful on the part of Trump and was racist, you know what I mean? But Trump can't stop being racist, like I said, if he wanted to. It's embedded in his DNA. Now, I don't think, Trump was good for, foundational black Americans either, but the only thing I do like about Trump is getting this mass immigration out here, because that's really hurting us as foundational black Americans. You know what I mean? It's taking resources that we already lack from our community. So I do agree with him on that, but I just didn't get out here and support the man. But let me see the other topics I wanted to touch on real quick. Okay. Yeah, let me move right along to this Myron Gaines degenerate that panders to white supremacists. I can't stand that dude. I didn't like that dude ever since I first found out about him on Fresh and Fit. He was, just degrading black women. All he does is disrespect black women and disrespect foundational black Americans. I think that dude is a complete moron who just panders to white supremacist society, and that's, truth be told, why he got that massive leg up, why he's able to put out videos like that and get in the algorithm. Because when you got people like myself and other black grassroots content creators that's putting out a message of empowerment, we don't get lifted like that in the algorithm, family. And that's done by design, because people like this Myron Gaines, I think he's Sudanese or something like that. I'm not totally sure, but, he panders to a white supremacist base. And, anytime you're doing that, they're going to rise you up in the algorithm and lift you up and things like that. But when you're speaking about something that could build the black community, they don't want that, because they don't stand to gain from the black community being built. But yeah, I got the audio and the video of him talking bad about black women, and I wanted to, address that, you know what I mean? Because he ain't nothing more than a tether, and he gets confused what we mean when we say the term tether. He's talking about, all they do, FBAs do, is call people tethers on the internet, this, that, and the other. We only call people tethered that come amongst us, that try to undermine us and cosplay as us, and throw little monkey wrenches in the game to prevent our success as foundational black Americans. We know everybody coming over here ain't no tether. We got some brothers and sisters that come up over here that want to get on code, that want to have unity. You know what I mean? So we don't label everybody. Just like if you listen to me, I never sit there and say that all white people is white, white supremacists. I speak to white supremacists. I don't sit there and label all white people as being bad. I never label any group, Latinos, white people. I never label any group as just being bad, because I know you always got some exceptions to the rules. And I was always taught to never paint everyone with the same paintbrush. You got to, it's always going to be an exception to the rules, but let's walk through and talk about this, family. Let me pull it up. Yeah, I don't like that Myron Gaines, though. Just a second. My phone is slow. Here we go. Fair use.
Every time I gotta fix something, it's a nigger bitch. Every fucking time, bro. These hoes never want to pay their fucking rent, but they want to talk.
And he throws around the nigger word, puts the hard ER on it. It's cringeworthy. He sounds just like a stone cold white supremacist. He might be, genetically black on the exterior, but he got a European mind, you know what I mean? And he just doing this to pander and cater to his white supremacist base. That's, truth be told, why he got the platform he does. You know what I mean? Because I knew when I first seen one video, I never even watched the guy. I don't even give him my attention. You know what I mean? But he just speaking of constantly bad about black women, and that's just not something we as foundational Black American men, brothers, that's about empowerment do. You know what I mean? We always lift the black woman up because we know that it takes both of us, to get things and get what we got to get done for the community. You know what I mean? And somebody that just constantly talks bad about black women, got to stick up the ass and some kind of vendetta. Maybe he was mad some sisters or something turned him down. He couldn't get no play from his sisters. But let's continue.
About, ooh, I got Gucci. Ooh, I look good. Bitches want to pay for their hair, but they don't care about where they live. Makes zero fucking sense, bro. Bitches will sit there, call themselves a baller on Instagram, go to Walmart, get caught stealing the ball for their fucking son who got half a ball.
Hold on right there. Not every sister is worried about Gucci, this, that, or the other, or concerned about their hair. This is white supremacist talking points this guy's spewing, that sisters is only worried about the hair and, the way they look, this, that, or the other.
Because that nigga couldn't get a proper circumcision because your dumbass couldn't go to the hospital and get no real health care because the father wasn't fucking there because he don't want to be with your fucking dumb monkey ass.
Look, calling black women monkeys, this, that, or the other. This dude is a complete moron. He is a tether, and he's he's in the pockets of white supremacists, because that's all he's doing is pandering and catering to a white supremacist base, and then he threw out the father ain't there. This is another white supremacist talking point too, family. Watch out when you hear that because it's a stereotype. You got plenty of FBA fathers that's there for their kids, but that don't get promoted like that because the dominant white society don't stand to gain from it. They stand to gain from, showing the single parent, this, that, and the other. And this is what they promote so they can get, other people throughout the world to look at, our culture as foundational Black Americans and say, look, you see, that's they got single parent household. They fathers don't even want to stick around. So they get other people to buy into this. And it's a myth. You know what I mean? Of course, every culture got, fatherless homes, but why is it you got to ask yourself that they magnify us and show it on TV and in the media? Because nine times out of 10, when things are negatively propagated, it's the foundational Black Americans to show us in a negative view in life. They don't do this with other groups of people because they know the power that we possess and they know the fighting of white supremacy that we got in us. And we fight it tooth and nail. Other groups of people don't do that. Even black groups, they come over from other places. They just happy to be over here. They ain't trying to fight no damn white supremacy. We give a damn about whatever. We're going to fight white supremacy. We give a damn about a bag, truth be told, as foundational Black Americans. If something ain't right on the job, the boss call us the N-word. Even if that job is paying good money, we going to say, fuck him and fuck this job. We quit, we going to check the boss. And the boss might be lucky if he don't get hands put on him. But other people, even Black immigrants, they'll stay at this job and just be suppressed and, let the boss talk racially to them, this, that, and the other. And let's continue.
Then you're on Section 8. You're fucking supposed to pay a nigga like me some goddamn rent. You don't pay the fucking rent. Then I put a fucking letter on your door saying you...
That's a myth, too, that all Black women and Black people are on Section 8. That's a myth. You know what I mean? That all of our sisters is on Section 8. You got plenty of sisters out here doing good, that own businesses, that are, moving and shaking out here in society in a major way. And, for the most part, that don't get talked about, unless we talk about it on the Black grassroots. This is why I do success stories, truth be told, to show Black men and women, especially foundational Black American men and women, because at a point I was trying to do, doing success stories on everybody. Then I said, I seen the disrespect coming from these tether class of immigrants. And I said, damn that, I'm just doing success stories about FBAs. And this is why I do, put out my success stories on the foundational Black American brothers and sisters to change that narrative. When they throw out there something negative, the dominant white society, because they control media, I want to make sure I counteract that with putting out something positive. This is why I put out success stories. And let's continue.
You gotta leave and you gotta vacate. You gotta leave and you gotta vacate. Oh, what you mean I gotta vacate? You racist. No, bitch. You don't fucking pay the fucking rent. Get the fuck out of here. Almost every... Bro.
See, I can't listen to that guy for too long because he's a complete moron, if you ask me. All he does is talk bad about foundational Black Americans, and he's over here in America in the damn land we built. You know, he wouldn't even have been able to be over here if it wasn't for foundational Black Americans. So he should have some damn respect and gratitude instead of sitting up there bumping and babbling his gums, you know. And another thing, I don't hear none of these people that come over here with hate and disdain for foundational Black Americans talk about how they're making their homeland better. They don't talk about that. You know, people pissing and shitting in the street, eating bush meat. They don't talk about that. They stay away from that, but they always want to fix their mouth up and come in foundational Black American business and issues. And I don't respect this, because why the hell would I, as a foundational Black American whose ancestors never ran or fled, and, you know, I stand on business, why would I take any advice from a fleeing tether, you know, about what to do about this, that, or the other, the problem that, you know, we have as foundational Black Americans? Why would I take any advice if you don't got the advice that you need to make your homeland better? You fleeing from the oppression of white supremacists and Asians that's all throughout Africa, and you ain't building up nothing in Africa. You know, you fleeing. So yeah, it's just done out of bad faith, and he just does that, the truth be told, to pander to a white audience. You know what I mean? And I don't respect that, because this is why he gets lifted up like that. Like I said, I put out good content. Try to put out good content, always informative things to empower foundational Black Americans. For the most part, you know, a lot of times they suppress me, the algorithm. You know, it don't even show my videos sometimes. And, you know, it's obvious when you get like 1 or 2 views, you like, damn, you know, they trying to suppress me, to suppress the message I'm putting out. But if I be on here, you know, see, this remind me of something. I want to touch on this now too. It just reminded me of something. See, the dominant white society loves to see Black people in a couple of ways. And those couple of ways are either they want you being the performative, ghetto, gangsterish, you know, coon, you know, because they find that amusing when they see people on like some gangster time, or, you know, just being ghetto and ratchet, you know, overly ratchet. They love seeing Black people in them kind of positions, or they like seeing the Black person being the entertainer out there dancing, shucking and jiving, you know what I mean? They'll lift that up. Or they like a Black person telling jokes. And if you're one of them 3 ways, you'll get, you know, boosted in the algorithm. But if you're a Black person, especially a foundational Black American, that's not trying to, you know, compromise anything. And I'm not disrespecting anybody that, you know, dances, or, you know, does comedy or anything like that, or, you know, even has a platform where they're talking about hood stuff, because in all actuality, they're not doing nothing negative. So, you know, they're making money the legal way. So I'm not knocking that, but I'm just using that to speak to the aspects of, you know, when you really somebody that's really trying to push a message of empowerment to your people, they'll block you because they don't like it, because they don't stand to gain from you just, you know, trying to build up the community and speak positivity into foundational Black Americans. They don't give a damn about that. Now, if I be, you know, shucking and jiving, dancing, singing, performative, you know, or on some, you know, street stuff, then they'll promote that quick, fast, and in a hurry, because they stand to gain from that. You know what I mean? But when it's somebody just pushing an uncompromisable foundational Black American message, they don't rock with it. But let's continue. I got some more of this coward tether, Myron Gaines. Just a second, family. I gotta go through. I don't even like really watching his videos. It's hard for me to even watch, you know, but I want to expose him. He's already been exposed. Anybody that, you know, supports him is a coon or a tether. You gotta fall into one of them categories. Where the hell did it go? Just a second, family. Nope. Here we go.
The American taxpayer to give you guys the stupid.
And then another thing, this Myron Gaines, he's going to get his. It's coming, and it's going to go super viral. Yeah, I hope he does get his, though, because, you know, it's well deserved. This Myron Gaines is a complete moron, and all he does is talk bad about Black women and foundational Black Americans. I don't respect him, nor do I rock with him. But another thing that he likes to always say is why don't y'all address Jewish supremacy? We as foundational Black Americans who are really about FBA empowerment, we addressing Jewish people and everything. But the problem is we don't like to break down white supremacy because the Jews is white supremacists. They get on code just as much as white people against Black people. So when it comes to marginalizing and suppressing us, the Jews get on code with that. So why break down white supremacists? We don't put white supremacists, break them up into different categories. No, we lump them all in one group. They all white supremacists, and we just fight to knock the white supremacy down. Because once we knock the white supremacy down, it gets rid of all of that. So we ain't breaking people up into groups. Because I notice he always like to speak about Jewish supremacy. Oh, you never talk about Jewish supremacy. We talk about all white supremacy. And Jewish supremacy is a form of white supremacy, and we just ain't taking the time to break it down. We just say it's white supremacy, so we can get more done. We ain't breaking it down because to break it down, that's doing more work. It's all white supremacy, and we just address the white supremacy. Once we take care of the white supremacy, that'll be more beneficial for us foundational Black Americans. But let me continue with this. Fair use, family. Hold on, that's not bright enough. Let me turn the brightness up.
Want the American taxpayer to give you guys the fucking money so you can go ahead and run and use it to buy some fucking Jordans, weed, Hennessy, and all the other stupid shit that you niggas do.
Now he's speaking about reparations there, family, and it's not nobody's business what I'm trying to say, what we do with our reparations. If people want to buy crack with their reparations, now I'm not saying that I support that, but whatever somebody wants to do when we get our reparations, whatever they want to do, that's on them. If they want to buy Jordans, hell, that's on them. And every society got people that's going to mess up money. Why are people just fixated on what we're going to do when we get our reparations? He ain't even entitled to reparations. He ain't a descendant of slaves here in America. So why the hell is he worried about what we're going to do with our reparations? And this is a myth that all foundational Black Americans is going to do once we get reparations is buy Jordans, put rims on a car, deck out a car, put a stereo system in the car. This is a damn myth. A lot of foundational Black Americans, when we get our reparations, we're going to get that massive leg up. We're going to create businesses, industries, and opportunities for our people. And I know me personally, this is what I'm doing. And I'm hiring and employing nothing but foundational Black Americans. It might be some case and points where I got to go outside of my community to get things done, but for the most part, all I'm doing business with is foundational Black Americans, putting them in, positions of power, and this is why they don't want us to give reparations, though, on the other hand, because they know that we're going to, be strategic with that money and move and start moving and shaking and putting our people in power positions to affect true change, when we, get them reparations. This is why some groups of people don't want to see it, because you got ideologies in the Republican Party and the Democrat Party that don't want to see foundational Black Americans get no damn reparations, because, as it stands now, we're that permanent underclass. I hate to say it, but, we're the group of people. But now we're starting to change that narrative now, because we're becoming more on code around FBA and just circling the wagon around our lineage. But we were supposed to be that permanent underclass that everybody just came over here, got to kick their feet off on and walk into the house. We were the doormat to the United States. Everybody comes over here when they set up business, where they set it up at. They go to the foundational Black American community. You got the Arabs in there, the Spanish people in there. Everybody knows that they can make $1 off of FBA. And then, sometimes a narrative our people got to change is that when some of our people want to do good by the community, we got to stop saying, well, I don't support him. We hold grudges against our own sometimes, and we let people from the dominant white society and other groups of people off. We got to start supporting our own, and sometimes remove that haterism that some of our people got. When somebody Black move in the community, and want to set up shop, let's make sure we go there and patronize them. We might not even need nothing from that store, but let's just go there, in goodwill, and support the family, because when one of us win, we got to start looking at it as all of us win. And that's the way it's going to be longer down the line. The more we support each other, when one of us win, that's going to have a domino effect and affect more areas of our lineage. You know what I mean? But let's continue.
You guys literally are terrible with your fucking money and don't want to fucking work hard. Then you want to go ahead and insult immigrants, call them tethers and all this other shit.
He said we don't want to work hard, then we want to insult immigrants and call them tethers. First of all, this is another myth, a white supremacist talking point that no black people want to work hard, pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. And we've done that as foundational black Americans. We've had our own communities, white supremacists come in, run highways through the community, to extract the resources, burn up the communities and do all sorts of nonsense. Every time we get something, it's sabotage. I've even heard out there in California, brothers and sisters set up businesses, and you got people from the dominant white society and Latino collaborators coming in there, putting red tape around the businesses, trying to get the businesses shut down. This ain't nothing but a white supremacist talking point. And another thing that he said was that we call people tethers. We don't call all people tethers. So stop using this. You doing this in bad faith, Myron Gaines, because that we ain't calling all people tethers. We call the tether class tethers because they do tetherish things, coming here trying to undermine us, undermine our progress, speak negatively upon us, cosplaying as us, and acting as spokespeople on our behalf. We can't have this. We can't go to no other country and talk for other people, in the same way we don't want nobody speaking for us. And this is just done out of bad faith. I hate when they always say that black people don't want to work hard, because you got a lot of brothers and sisters out there, that work hard every day, get up and go to 9-to-5 job that they really don't want to, just to put food on the table and provide for them and their families. And this is done out of bad faith. This is what white supremacists tell him to get out here and spew, and he just does it, you know what I mean? Or else he's just trying to pander to that base, which he's trying to do. This is why he gets lifted up like that. Because they gave him a voice, to spew this kind of stuff. But let's continue.
Niggas are tethered. Niggas are tethers. You guys are foundationally black Americans. Well, let me get this straight. Hold on one second. You stupid ass niggas were born here. Your father was born here. That isn't in your life, by the way. Your mother was born here. Your great.
See, another one. The father wasn't in the life. You know what I mean? They always take it back to that when every society of people has fatherless homes or motherless homes. It's not even only the fathers, but they just try to promote and magnify us to get the world to buy into foundational black Americans only grow up with the mom raising them, this, that, and the other. And this comes from white supremacy. He got a white supremacist mindset. He got a white supremacist mind, even though he's black on the exterior.
Granddaddy was born here. Your granddaddy was born here. Your grandma was born here. So you've been here for what? 7, 8 generations, and you're still on Section 8? I think that's a big fucking L.
Keep talking about Section 8. Most foundational black Americans ain't even on Section 8. You know what I mean? Truth be told, a lot of foundational black Americans is buying homes, taking care of their family, doing the right thing. And so what if somebody was on Section 8, if they're using it to get a leg up? Sometimes people need help and to get a leg up. You know what I mean? Not everybody's born with a silver spoon in your mouth. And just as long as you using it to get a leg up and then you get off of it, I have no problem with that. Now, if you just repetitively just sitting on it, and without doing no work, then I got a problem with it.
That fucking Dikembe comes from Nigeria. I come from Sudan. Some niggas come from other places in Africa, whether it be Jamaica, maybe the Caribbean, because you guys don't consider them black either. They're all fucking tethers according to you dumbass niggas. They come over here, they become multimillionaires, they become successful. They don't blame white supremacy. They just go get the fucking money. Their skin color doesn't keep them from success, and then they fucking lap you. And then you...
Now, he's saying that black immigrants from other places come over here and do better than us. And that's a myth, too, that people are just doing better than us. And if they were as much doing better than us, they're lifted up, because they know that we as foundational black Americans are a threat to the dominant white society, because these people coming over here aren't going to fight white supremacy. And yeah, he said, well, they all we talk about as foundational black Americans is white supremacy. We got to talk about white supremacy, because a goal of white supremacy is to convince people it don't exist. If you ain't convinced white supremacy don't exist, you ain't going to talk about it. Therefore, you ain't going to fight it. And we fight white supremacy. You know what I mean? And these other groups of people just aren't marginalized like us. You know what I mean? Because they, the dominant white society, stand to gain from seeing us as a permanent underclass. They don't mind raising up a few African tokenized Negroes here and there. But the problem is they just don't want to see us put in a position of power as foundational black Americans, because we got a different spirit and resilience in us. Let's be honest. Not saying we're better than nobody, but they're just not cut from the same cloth as foundational Black Americans, these other groups of people coming from these other countries, because they haven't had the same type of experience on this land, nor were their ancestors done the injustice ours was done. So this puts inside the foundational Black American a fighting resilience. We want to fight, we want to stand up to oppression. And these other groups of people, they just willing to go along. As long as they getting paid, they give a damn about seeing injustice and oppression. They'll turn a blind eye to it. Like I gave the point earlier about if a boss on a job call a African immigrant a nigga or something like that, that African immigrant ain't gonna say nothing because he just wants to keep his money rolling in. Now the FBA, the Foundational Black American, he gonna fight. He gonna say to hell with this job. I don't need it. I'll start all over. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. And that boss will be lucky if he don't get the crap beat out of him for speaking to a Foundational Black American like that. But yeah, these groups of people haven't got our same experience, and they're just not entitled to speak on our behalf. Because how can you speak about something you know absolutely nothing about? Y'all come over here with just the hopes of making a better life for yourself, and y'all get y'all get a leg up, y'all are given a leg up and propped up, so y'all see that as y'all don't want to go against the power structure for the most part because they gave y'all that leg up. But let's continue.
You stupid ass niggas get on fucking X and complain about white supremacy, Tether's jacking our style, Tether's jacking our culture. Fuck your culture. Your culture's nothing more than stupidity, rap music, killing each other, putting that up, then going ahead and making excuses for why.
That's white supremacist talking points, that all of our culture is rap music, killing each other, this, that, and the other. We come from a rich culture. Let's be honest. Foundational Black Americans are the culture that pushes America forward. Everywhere from the music, R&B, country, all of that is ours. We push the culture forward over here in America in a positive way. Everything that's great about America is that way because foundational Black Americans push to make it that way. And by the way, Myron Gaines, you're from the Sudan, I believe. What the hell is the culture over there in the Sudan? But shitting in the streets, eating bush meat, and fleeing. This is all these people do is flee and come over here and want to talk bad about foundational Black Americans. And what the hell kind of advice I want to take as a foundational Black American to a fleer? And I'm not denigrating everybody in that country, but when he says something, we got to put out, the real, because he coming with white supremacist talking points. We got a rich, unique culture over here in America as foundational Black Americans. Everywhere, everything from the food, everything from the music, to the culture, to the fashion. We set the trends. Let's be honest, that influence the whole world. We could start a trend over here in America. It'd be in the UK by a month, maybe even shorter than that. But we set the precedents for things that go on in the world.
You dumbasses.
And let me give you an example of this, how we set the precedent. See, people put out fillers to see if we'll co-sign stuff. They'll put out something to see if the foundational Black Americans feel about it, such as what was going on with Gaza, this, that, or the third. This is why they was trying to get us to pick a particular side, because they know if we endorse any particular side, even with the presidential election, this is why both parties was getting us to try to, they was pandering to Black people more than anything, because they know if they can get foundational Black Americans to co-sign it, it'll knock it out the ballpark and it'll take it to the rest of the world, get the rest of the world to co-sign it. And let's continue.
End up in jail and get fucking choked out like dumbass George Floyd.
Hold on, let me write that, family. You heard what he said?
White supremacy, Tether's jacking our style, Tether's jacking our culture. Fuck your culture. Your culture's nothing more than stupidity, rap music, killing each other, putting that up, then going ahead and making excuses for why you dumbasses end up in jail and get fucking choked out like dumbass George Floyd, aka George Fentanyl. But you niggas want to sit there and say some nigga named Chauvin went ahead and killed him. No, he was a fucking...
This is a white supremacist talking point, claiming that our brother George Floyd died from a fentanyl overdose, and he didn't die from the knee on his neck from Derek Chauvin. Everything this guy talks about, he got a European mindset, and he just panders to him. White supremacists got him so far bent over, taking it up the behind, that he don't want to do anything to go against the narrative. You know what I mean? They got him so far gone that, ain't no help for this man. And anybody that co-signs him, that's Black, there's something wrong with them. They either fall into two categories, a coon or a tether, because this guy is totally disrespectful to Black women and foundational Black American society and culture. I don't respect him, nor do I rock with him. But let's continue. And our brother George Floyd clearly died from that knee being on his neck. You know what I mean? And it don't matter what George Floyd was. Even if he was a drug addict, a criminal, what have you, he still didn't deserve to go out by being choked out like that. To the point of his demise. And anybody that co-signs that, him being choked out like that is now my opposition. I don't rock with anybody, putting out he died from a fentanyl overdose, this, that, or the third. This is done to take away from the white supremacy that was done, the anti-black racism that was committed.
Drug user, he's a fucking career criminal, but you dumbass niggas want to give him a gold casket. This is why no one respects the black community.
Okay, he's a career criminal. I don't give a damn if he was a career criminal. I'm what the hell did that do for me? He still shouldn't have been choked out, criminal or not. Nobody deserved to die at the hands of a damn white supremacist race soldier like that in the streets and be yelling out for his mama. You know what I mean? That really got me once I heard the brother yell out and say mama. I was like, oh man, I couldn't even watch it because it started getting me emotionally. I started thinking about my mom and stuff like that. And, a bunch of thoughts just ran through my head. Nobody deserved that. I don't give a damn what they were in all actuality.
You guys are fucking backwards. You guys go ahead and put murderers at the top. You niggas will sit there and worship someone like fucking King Von, but then someone comes along that is actually positive, tells you guys what the fuck it really is, and you dumbass niggas will call him a tether because
And this is a stereotype that black people worship rappers, King Von, this, that, or the third. The dominant white society supports rappers more than foundational black Americans. We don't buy rap music like that. You could check and see. Statistically, the people that buy rap music is from the dominant white society. You know what I mean? This is why they was pushing to ban it for a while, because in the 90s, white kids were supporting that rap music and they didn't like it back then. That generation didn't like it, but it's statistically proven that more white people support rap music than black people, and this guy is just a complete moron.
He's not a foundationally black American. That's why you guys are so fucking backwards and no one respects you dumbass niggas. You guys are stupid as fuck, low IQ, retarded, and stupid in every fucking regard.
Low IQ, this is the white supremacist talking point. This guy, everything he says is just to pander and cater to white supremacist society. I don't respect this guy, and low IQ is my ass. We made a lot of the inventions over here in America. That's not talked about because during the time, a lot of them were stolen from us, this, that, and the other, and we didn't get the credit. See, a lot of time when they say a white person created it and a black person, just helped them out, the invention, 9 times out of 10, that black person made that invention. The white person stole it from them and got all the credit, and this was going on for a lot of years, right? A lot of years, and we ain't get the proper credit we needed, and our names were left out of a lot of things that we actually created over here in America. This is why I say that we the driving, pushing culture that pushes America forward. America would have never got this far, truth be told, if it wasn't for foundational black Americans. Shit, we even built the White House, and if it wasn't for the foundational black America wouldn't even be built. This is why we call ourselves foundational, because it means the beginning and the building of. And let's continue with this moron.
Black immigrants come here and lap you stupid ass niggas. That's why dudes from Africa, you say that they're black. They say, I'm not black. I'm African. Why? Because they don't want to be associated with stupid ass niggas. That's why. All right?
See, he even said it. That's what I was saying earlier. A lot of black immigrants, they don't claim blackness, but they'll claim it when it's convenient. This is why I say that they should be shut out of blackness. But legally, Brother Tariq Nasheed was saying from a legal standpoint that it would never be able to be done because they are classified that on paperwork coming over. So whatever, if we were to get, some benefits as, under that black umbrella, they will be qualified to it as well. So this is why we got to codify around the term foundational black Americans, because it isolates us. It keeps outsiders out. Everybody don't got a claim to the founding of this country, to being enslaved in this country, to the building of this country. It's only one group of people that have that claim, and that's American freedmen. Everybody else is a non-factor. Everybody else is Johnny come laters. Everybody else wants to claim I'm African American, I'm black American. Okay, well, you are technically, but you ain't foundational. You a Johnny come later. So, and this Myron Gaines was saying also something that he tried to throw in there. I don't know if any of the family called it, was that these black immigrants come here and run laps around us. And the only reason they able to do that is because they come here and they giving a leg up. They giving all kind of little perks and set asides, and they giving money coming over here. Truth be told, I've even heard, I said it before on my channel, and I know this to be true because somebody that works in this in the field, in the government field, for the like the Office of Public Affairs and whatnot, told me that this was true. They give them EBT cards with thousands of dollars on it, these immigrants. They get EBT cards with endless amounts of money. And this is another thing why American citizens, for the most part, they wasn't rocking with the Democrats. White, red, black, yellow. A lot of people wasn't just rocking with the Democrats because they was pushing that mass immigration. They kept on pumping that, you know, and that was really their big downfall. And then they overplayed their hand and overstepped their boundary with us. They didn't think that we as foundational Black Americans would let them crash and burn like that, like we did. But we told them, stop messing around with our reparations. We need these tangibles. You know what I mean? Every other group of people got theirs but foundational Black Americans. And it's by far time we get that massive leg up in the form of cash reparations. We don't want no lift-off program. We want something specifically with our name on it. And if they ain't coming like that, we ain't rocking with either party. I say we keep on pushing it like that and keep on with our foot on the gas pedal, family. But let's continue.
So no one wants to be an FBA.
But long story short, them immigrants, they come here and they giving a leg up. You know what I mean? That most times they ain't even got to work hard because they getting all these programs that they can benefit off of. And there's names for them, but it slips my mind right now. They get all these programs coming over here and they get a leg up. They want to look back at the foundational Black American and say, see, look how far we've come. You guys pull yourselves up. Stop asking for handouts. And what we asking for, reparations, we demanding it. And it ain't no damn handout. It's something old. Everybody else got reparations for things that was done for them. The red natives, this group, that group, Jewish people are even giving reparations. It's by far time the foundational Black American, descendant of freedmen, gets reparations because we built this damn nation and it's time we get our just due. And it ain't no handout. It ain't begging to ask for what's rightfully owed to you. You know, you want your just due. We want our just due, and we ain't letting up off of it. See, they think we supposed to forget about reparations, that it's going to go like we're going to forget about it overnight. We ain't forgetting about no damn reparations. We ain't letting up off the drum. We going to keep on beating on the drum that we want reparations. You know, and if ain't no party trying to produce it, I say we just sit out and, you know, don't participate. You know, and we might should start even looking into getting our own political party, but I digress. Let's get back on topic with this Myron Gaines tether.
So no one wants to be an FBA. No one gives a fuck about your culture. You want to sit there and cry about where you're not supposed to be or whatever the fuck it may be. No one cares. Everyone laughs at you stupid ass niggas behind closed doors. I'm the only one. Niggas,
I messed it up, family. My fault. Nobody, and we don't give a damn if nobody laughs at us as foundational Black Americans, because how they laughing and we set the trends that affect the whole world. We're the culture that drives the world for. I was just saying America, but I wasn't giving us enough credit. We're the culture that drives America forward as foundational Black Americans. Whenever somebody wants to test something or get something done, let's see what these FBAs think about it. You know, whenever we create trends and, you know, clothing styles, this is why people try to copycat and emulate us, you know, but they can't copycat and emulate us. It's only one group of people, foundational Black Americans, who are iconic and legendary, and every other group of people want to try to latch on and tether on to it. You heard what Latinos going around saying now. They saying that they got wine crow and trying to put it to like Jim Crow. Now they saying that they got wine crow. You know, everybody just wants to, you know, everybody wants a piece of the legacy of the foundational Black American. 50 million immigrants last year. That was just federal EBT housing. Yeah, they put these immigrants up. Yeah, they come here, and then that's why, you know, and then they want to look down on Black Americans, foundational Black Americans. They're giving a leg up. Everything they come here, they're giving, you know, housing, EBT cards with thousands of dollars on it. And people that work down there in these offices of public relations told me they getting thousands of dollars. I know people personally that work down there. I ain't going to put their name out because, you know, I ain't going to dry snitch on them or nothing like that. But they told me, you know, they personally see that these immigrants are getting, you know, massive. They giving them endless when it comes to food. So they ain't got to worry about the food. They get like thousands of dollars worth of food for free, you know, and thousands of dollars worth of money. So anybody gonna have a come up if you just looking out for them and they ain't gotta produce nothing or put nothing out. So this is why, you know, we had to let the Democrats take that L. You know what I mean? Because they were doing things that directly harms foundational Black Americans. We are already deprived now in the FBA community for resources. We can't let other, you know, and y'all just dumping other groups of people. We can't share no resources with nobody else. We need all our resources for ourselves. And it ain't being selfish, you know, it's taking care of yourself first, because the number one rule of survival is you must take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't help nobody else. But let's continue.
Because they don't want to be associated with these stupid ass niggas. That's why. All right? So no one wants to be an FBA. No one gives a fuck about your culture. You want to sit there and cry about where you're not, where
we give a damn about our culture. We don't care what nobody else thinks. You know, that's the problem with a lot of these other groups of people. They worried about what people think. FBAs, we ain't worried about what no damn body thinks. You think if we was worried about what people think, we would have been fighting white supremacy, slavery, and injustice. And, you know, we fought for everybody. And it's really disrespectful that this man has this mindset that he has. You know, it's very telling because our ancestors fought to make a better world for everybody to come over here and get the so-called American dream. But we shouldn't have been. I say it all the time. Our ancestors, if they would have known back then what we know today, they wouldn't have been doing it. I could guarantee that our ancestors wouldn't have been fighting for all these other groups. They would have been like, oh, these disrespectful MFers, screw them. You know, we ain't fighting for them. We just going to solely worry about ourselves. And, you know, I think that's where we went a little wrong, the ancestors. I love them, but I think that's where we went wrong, fighting for all these other groups of people and fighting for integration and stuff like that. We should have just been worried about building up the FBA community, screw everybody else, you know. And it sounds rough, but, you know, damn it, you know, other people ain't worried about us. Let's continue.
Where you're not supposed to be or whatever the fuck it may be, no one cares. Everyone laughs at you stupid ass niggas behind closed doors. I'm the only one that has the balls to tell you what the white people, the Asians, the Pajites, the Jews, and everybody else says behind closed doors. You guys are a bunch of crybaby loser fucks that have been here for 7 generations, and y'all niggas are still broke, spending your money on fucking Jordans, wondering why you're poor.
This guy's a complete moron, family. You know, and it's not it's not nothing to him when we get our reparations, because we gonna get it, but it's not nothing to him what we spend our reparations on. You know, like I said, if people want to buy Jordans, you got people in every society that mess up money. You know, if people want to buy Jordans, they can go ahead and do that. But you got more foundational Black Americans that's going to be really into nation building up the community, putting businesses and institutions. And this is what the dominant white society don't want to see. They don't want to see happen. So, you know, and everybody else wants to try to chime in and, you know, tell us what we should do with reparations. Why don't this damn Myron Gaines worry about what's going on over there in the damn Sudan? You know, he fled. You know, he ain't worried about going back to Sudan because he gives a damn about his people. He's sitting over here in FBA business and issues, you know, and I don't want no advice from a damn flea and tether who got people pissing and shitting in the streets and, you know, defecating and eating bush meat. I don't want nothing from nobody like that. They ain't got no advice for the people in their homeland. What the hell they gonna have to build up my people? You know what I mean? My people is just fine, you know, and everything that's going on with foundational Black American society, for the most part, I could show you where that directly traces back to racism, white supremacy. You know, everything that's done to us is a strategic attack. You know, we got to take some responsibility for, you know, some things, truth be told, but for the most part, everything that was made bad in the foundational Black American community was made that way by the dominant white society. And he kept on saying, you know, single parent households, the mother raising the child. Who you think made those single parent households? The damn white supremacists. They came in and told the sisters, we put these Black men out, we'll take care of you, we got you, you don't need no man, this, that, and the other. Who you think made the ghetto? The white supremacists. We could show you everywhere where things were done to marginalize our community. And you ain't got the same kind of fight and will and tenacity in you because he ain't of the lineage. So of course he ain't gonna fight things how we fight, because his people haven't been oppressed over here how our people have been oppressed. He come over here and they get that massive leg up. They giving all these benefits and resources, and who ain't gonna be able to take it to the top once you give him free shit? Anybody gonna be a moron can make it to the top if you give them something for free. You could take somebody that's an idiot and you give them something for free and they can make it to the top. you know, so that ain't making no statement that you were able to make it to the top as immigrants and you're running laps around us. That's don't set the standard or the bar. We've been oppressed more, and we still been being oppressed as foundational Black Americans because they know who we are and they know our history to this land and our ties to this land. You people ain't got no history and ties to this land like that. You know, y'all Johnny come laters. You know what I mean? And it's very disrespectful for y'all to be up in our business and our issues. You know what I mean? And everything that was done to a foundational Black American society, like I told you, I could trace it back to racism, white supremacy, the getting Black men out the home, the projects, the Section 8, what you want to talk about, even the food. You look around on the corner, that just reminded me of something. And in the city, in the urban areas, all you see is fast food on every corner. Who you think put that fast food on every corner? Who you think put the liquor store on every corner? You know, it's just this guy's a complete moron. He knows nothing about what's going on over here in America. So he ain't got no business to talk. And why would I want advice from anybody who fled their homeland? You know, they're fleeing musty tether, in the words of our brother Tariq Nasheed. You know, I don't want no damn advice from anyone like that. You know what I mean? How can you give me advice and you haven't had the advice to fix your homeland? You know, it's very disingenuous and it's done out of bad faith. But and every time I see him, he's always talking bad about Black women, you know what I mean? Or FBAs, you know, he don't address or fight no white supremacy because he in the pockets of the dominant white society. Then he wants to sit here and talk about, oh, you guys don't address no Jewish supremacy and always talk about white supremacy. We ain't taking the time to break down. We talk about Jews too, because we know they done things against our people, but why break down white supremacy when the Jews and the European white both got on code to suppress and undermine Black folks and to do us injustices and harm? They white supremacists. We could kill all of that by just lumping them together and we get more done. They're white supremacists. You know what I mean? And this guy just doing things out of bad faith, this Myron Gaines. And I just wanted to tap in with the family for a little bit and, you know, bust it up with the family. I felt like I owed the family alive. And it's Thanksgiving. So is any of the family got any plans out there for this Thanksgiving holiday? Like I said, I really don't, you know, get into the holiday spirits, because once I started learning about the holidays and what they represented, I just, you know, stayed away from them. But I don't knock nobody that does. The truth be told, I might go to my people's house and get me a plate. But any of the family doing anything out there? I'll probably only go just get me a plate, you know what I mean? Because I got to get some baked mac, some collard greens, you know. I got to get that soul food in me. But yeah, I ain't doing too much today. Just going to relax. I got a long weekend. I got, you know, till Monday I got off from work. So I just wanted to tap in with the family. I haven't been live for a while. I don't have any. I'm working. Okay. Hum. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Says, I don't got any plans. I'm working. Betting My Truth 77 says, happy I found your channel. I don't celebrate the holidays, but I cook because me and my kids have to eat. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I don't really celebrate the holidays either. I did once I was a kid, but that all changed for me once I got out, you know, like out of the household, because then I started to do research and, you know, just find out what everything was about. And I don't knock it. Like I said, it was years back. I got some videos, like older videos where I was, you know, coming hard on the holidays, but I really don't knock it because now I've grown a little bit since then, because like the holidays, I like the things that it's supposed to represent, like the family, the loving, the unity, the togetherness. And as long as you got them things, you know, you good. You know what I mean? You know, as long as you got them things, that's the really only thing to like that matter. You know, money don't even really matter. Money matters to a certain degree, but they try to get people to be fixated on the money. And if you're so fixated on the money, you miss out on them little key things that matter, like the family, the togetherness, the love, you know, and them things can't be bought. You know, them things is priceless. You can't put a amount of money on love, you know what I mean? Real love from the family, from having your kids and your loved ones around, parents, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no money that can, you know, justify that. You know, just to have that, you know, if you got that in your life, your parents, you know, because some people ain't even got their parents, the holidays be rough for them. Benning My Truth 77 says, I'm not close to my siblings and I get tired of them coming over to eat and freeload. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. It's always different case. It's all yeah, but you got your kids though, so that's a blessing. You know, you got those young ones in your life. So yeah, that's a blessing. So yeah. As long as you got somebody enjoy, but sometimes, you know, the family sometimes some people don't got their family and, you know, they're down around the holidays. But on the other hand, the flip side to that coin is some people around the holidays, their family freeloads, like Vetting My Truth just said. You know, their family freeloads comes around and brings drama, you know, and a lot of times this even used to, you know, happen with my family to a certain degree. You know, it'd be funny though, because it really wasn't nothing like crazy that jumps off. But you know, when the old heads get a few drinks in them around the holidays and arguments, you know, take place, and you know, sometimes drama pops off. But you know, as long as it don't get too out of hand, but sometimes it does. You know, so some people don't want that drama around them. You know, because sometimes the old heads get a few drinks in them. You know, the drama pops off, and hey, you remember when back in the day when you did this to me? Don't you owe me $20? Start arguing and fighting and fussing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it just depends. Some people don't like, you know, just they like being, you know, to their little family, to their immediate family, to their kids, maybe their wife or their husband during the holidays. Some people don't like doing the big family get-togethers because I've heard horror stories about the big family get-togethers. You know, siblings arguing, you know, fighting about things that done happen 10, 20 years ago that just can't let it go, that's still stuck on the past. See, some people so stuck on the past, you know, they willing to forgive outsiders but won't forgive their family. Some people, you know what I mean? And this is the thing I see as like foundational Black Americans as a whole, like some of like our people that we need to work on, because a lot of times like we'll forgive, like let's say somebody Latino or a white person, we'll forgive them, but then we'll hold a grudge against another foundational Black American for a lifetime. We got to stop being so willing to forgive others and holding grudges to our own. We should be forgiving our own people first. You know what I mean? You know, in the same way, you know, I ain't nobody judge, but you know, we should forgive our loved ones before we forgive an outsider in the street. You know what I mean? But yeah, hopefully everyone enjoys their holidays. I'm getting ready to get off of here. Just wanted to tap in. I felt like I owed the family a live stream, so I just wanted to get on here. And I'm getting ready to get done and go, you know, up to my people's house and get my plate, you know, because I got to get that baked mac and them collard greens and stuff like that. And I want to say, everyone, have a safe and blessed weekend. Enjoy your holiday and stay safe out there, my peoples. And remember to be aware, because to be aware is to be alive. Peace. Vetting My Truth 77 says, I don't trust no Messi can. Think you meant Mexican? I don't know. But peace, family. Thanks to also to all of the family that tapped in and left comments. And if you haven't, family, like and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna start doing lives, trying to do them more often, and I'll put out pre-recorded videos, maybe once or twice a day. So tap in with me, family, and like, follow, and subscribe. And like I said, remember to be aware, to be alive, and stay safe out there over this weekend, people. Peace.